Hi, math colleagues. This is Kristen Rickner with Best Practices for Teaching Elementary Math. First of all, student engagement, the amount of time students spend on a task. Engage time, that's directly related to how much a student will learn. This is according to Suzanne Donovan and John Bransford. They also said, of course, that engaged time especially affects the underachievers and those with low ability. Those are the most likely kids to be off task, we all know. So then success breeds success. If students don't experience success in the early stages of learning, their frustration and lack of understanding then contributes to low achievement. So what do the experts recommend? So the following presentation is from National Council of Teachers of Mathematics and strategies that they've identified as best practices for elementary teachers. First of all, they want you to start with clear goals, and that goes back to essential questions that through the years we've all learned about and put on the board, that if we know what's going on and we're clear, it really helps the students. But we also have to follow up with those goals and not just have them posted on the board, but make sure that kids understand that that's the focus of the lesson for the day. Next, we need to engage students in reasoning and problem solving instead of just rote memorization. So we should implement tasks that promote reasoning and problem solving, make sure that kids are involved in lots of discussions. Next, mathematical representations. We should use and connect different mathematical representations. Now, this can mean hands-on learning, but it's also the connections that we make for the students between the different ideas that we're talking to them about. This can also go back to the essential questions. Math talk. We've been doing this the last few years, probably better, making sure students understand how to speak to each other about math and encouraging kids to use higher level words and questionings, the why, in 5 ways to make lessons more engaging. It's an article from Newton in 2017. Some of the ideas are to tell a story, choose images over words, and tell the why. And then when the students are talking to each other, we want to make sure they're including the why. Next, we pose purposeful questions. This includes then the why, but then also the how and when, the what next, where I don't understand it yet, but finding out what you need to know next. Procedural fluency. Now, this is not just knowing your math facts in 3 seconds. That's not at all what we're talking about. But we need to make sure the procedures of math in the day are done well. And over time, the students will be skillful in using the procedures that we set up and also the math procedures that they need to use to solve mathematical problems. Next, the growth mindset. Carol Dweck, most of us have read books from her, that struggle is good and we need to support the struggle and help kids understand that fast and right isn't what we're looking for, but to grapple with ideas because that's how the synapses grow in your brain, and it's better to work hard at something and get better at it than to just always choose the more simple task. Assess progress and adjust instruction. We need to use the evidence. We need to find out what kids understand. We can use closure activities. In 22 Powerful Closure Activities by Todd Finley in 2015, he suggests a gallery walk, question stems, and dramatizations, to name a few of the things, in addition to the traditional exit tickets. More of the same, so what now? Do we offer more of the same and tell the kids to try harder? Do we continue giving them the same fact sheet again and again and continue to time them? No, that breeds a lot of anxiety. Joe Bowler, author of Mathematical Mindset, states, this idea is wrong and it is critical that we remove this from the classrooms. They play a large role in the production of math-anxious and disaffected students. We want success for all. So memorization. If students learn only to memorize and reproduce knowledge and skills, they risk being prepared only for jobs that are, in fact, increasingly disappearing from the labor markets. So back to the fact tests. Do we keep doing them? Many classrooms focus on math facts in unproductive ways, giving students the impression that facts are the essence of math. And even worse, that fast recall of math facts is what it means to be a strong mathematics student. And again, Jo Bowler in her book, Mathematical Mindsets, continued to discuss how detrimental this can be for students and how they're feeling about math. That's the only subject where we test time and time again for speed. But instead we need to make the connections and teach kids how numbers work and the background between how they work together and what the purpose of learning their facts would be. So what is the first step for you to improve as a classroom teacher? She wants us basically to immediately cease and desist timing of math facts and math papers. She also wants us to stop giving homework in the elementary classroom, noting that a lot of research shows that it is detrimental. So finally, to help continue with the math revolution, Joe Bowler from Stanford University challenges educators to join this math revolution and change the way we think about our teaching. And if you click on this video, it is 2 minutes and 42 seconds related to how she thinks we should improve. Thank you.